What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of King of the Block. I'm your co-host Evan, and that is my man Sam. Presented to you exclusively on Saturday Sanctuary, where college football is a religion, but you do not play about God. We have a lot to get into, but first and foremost, like, comment, subscribe to the pod. We've got multiple pods going on. Please tune in for all of your college football needs. How you feeling this week, brother?
Man, I'm feeling real good, man. We looking nice, life's going good, So I'm feeling good, man.
All right, you got a good win against the in-state rival, so I feel that. I feel that. What'd you say?
So y'all got an in-state rival win too, so good stuff.
Yeah, no, definitely. We definitely thank you for that transition. We'll just get right into it. The Ohio State won. Not how we would like to win, right? But we did come away with a big victory. The main things that we're looking at in that 37-9 victory, JJ doing JJ things, right? JJ had, I think it was 170 all-purpose yard, 9 catches,
Great.
I think, for like 150 something, 2 tubs. Um, I think he's you counted. I know I counted him out of the Heisman early, but I think
You can creep back in.
uh Heartline said, "Hey Ev, hold my beer. I got something for y'all. I got something for y'all." But outside of that, the end around was set up perfectly. That's how you just know that they were trying to get bro involved and get him touches. But a convoy going into the end zone. I don't know even why, but he was trying to play defense at the 2 yard line. You just gonna be on the highlight tape at that point, bro. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, like I talked about last week, everybody wanted to see Bo Jackson, right? Bo knows. So I really think what I like about our squad is when somebody scores, somebody punches in the mouth, we come out swinging, right? So if you're not talking about start of the third quarter, they have their quarterback Parker Navarro comes back in the game, throws the pass, drops it in the bucket from the slot, and then Lorenzo Styles gets hurt on that play, but then he's chasing him, and then he ends up in end zone on a 60-yard pass play. We're all like, what's going on here, right?
Yeah.
Come out the first play, Bo. Bo take them doing like 60 yards, like gets real greasy up through the hole, gets real skinny, then explodes. And we're like, thank you. That's what we've been trying to see. Like that's what I thought James Peoples was gonna be. Not saying he can't be that, but true freshman is living up to the name of who he is. More importantly, Julian Saint is out there slinging the rock, y'all. Slinging the ball. He's leading the conference in completion percentage. He is 100% of yards of 20 plus. 100%. So even though this redshirt freshman threw 2 interceptions in our own, you know what I'm saying, within our own side of the field, right, which led to a field goal, which we don't like to give up, right? Led to a field goal, thrown 2 picks. But outside of that, you know what I'm saying, bro is still sitting at I think like 78, 79% completion rate, right? Him and Carnell connection.
Yeah, it's looking nice.
Carnell's gonna score a touchdown every game at this point. At this rate, if Carnell doesn't score a touchdown, I don't really know what's going on. You know what I'm saying? But also go back to Julian. He looked real patient. He had a touchdown to Max Clare. He rolls out of the pocket. I'm like, what are you doing? What are you doing? He's like, chill, hold my beer. Boom, finds him in the back of the end zone, and he did that a few times, right? So he's scrambling to still throw. And we'll get to your man scrambling and getting busy in a second. But outside of that, like the defense, like I said, they gave a fluke play and they got a touchdown. Where Lorenzo Styles got hurt on. I think he hurt his shoulder. I'm not sure. I think he's okay though. But Jalen McClain during the summer, he was like Iron Buckeye. And I'm like, oh, he looked like he gonna knock a ninja head off, and he murdered murdered that wide receiver. I don't even know why they set that boy up like that. So bad, he got hit so hard, Sam.
Nah, it was bad.
Bro, they had to review it for targeting.
Nah, it
I
was
said,
bad.
here we go. Here we go. You making it worse. We running the replay back a few more times. We could have just kept playing football. You know what I'm saying? But also big shout out to Caden Curry on the defensive line. Had a massive game. He had like 7 tackles. He had a sack. He was game wreck. He was causing pressures all over the field, batting the ball down. Really showed up right from outside and inside. He really was really doing his thing. I think he was also named. Actually, I think I know he was named Defensive Player of the Game for the Buckeyes. So he did his thing. Um, it's interesting. Like the commentators told him to turn the game. They said, "Hey, y'all can go tune in to Texas A&M and Notre Dame." Like with a minute 30 left in our game, I think it was 3 minutes left. Whenever it was, it's like, bro,
On.
we are here to watch the Buckeyes. Ain't nobody here to watch Notre Dame and Texas A&M. Like we are only up 37-9, and I say that we're only up 37-9. Right? We're on a bye this week. We go to Washington next week. Right? But we're trying to figure out what is going on. You know what I'm saying with our team, and I think I tried to summarize it pretty well. Like our defense still looks elite. Still elite. He gave up 9 points. Our defense is averaging giving up like 5.03 points over 3 games. Offense is averaging 40 points a game, and we're giving up 5.3. Right? That shutout obviously helps. Giving up 7 points to Texas and Arching. They don't even look that good, but that's neither here nor there. And giving up, 9 points at home to a team who has a lot of confidence, right? They played Rutgers really, really close. They beat West Virginia at home, coming into the shoe. You know, Athens is not even that far from Columbus in the grand scheme of things. So a lot of the kids from the state, from Columbus, they're really trying to, that's their Super Bowl, right? Like in reality, like that's their playoff game.
So let me.
That's the MAC championship for them.
I got
Um,
I got two questions though, if you don't mind me asking.
what's up? Talk to me.
So like, also, y'all look good. I'm not gonna lie, but it's now three questions. I guess one
Okay.
question is I did see you guys had some got stopped on the goal line a couple times. So I was like, against OU, that's kind of crazy. That's kind of crazy because you guys were in a close game for a while against them as well. And then another question I wanted to ask about was, I mean, you say that now Texas offense doesn't look that bad, and then you got Grambling and OU. So yeah, your defense has been looking nice, but do you guys feel like you've really been tested yet?
I think we're definitely tested week one. I think Texas. I'm not gonna say that we, we
Man,
we we,
Archie's
we
bad.
took their soul. I'm not gonna say we took their soul just yet,
They looking
but they're not looking at what we thought they would look like. Right? They struggled against who they played, San Jose State last week or somebody like that. And then they were struggling for like a half of football with them. But to answer your first question, right? Parker Fleming had to kick the field goal all year, right? So the first one, I understand, right? Other times, I'm like, all right, cool. We're trying to be nice. We're trying to put points on the board. But in reality, like, I think if it comes down to it, like we playing y'all, like we going for it. You know what I'm saying? Like we would go for it in that
But it
situation.
don't concern y'all that they was able to stop y'all like that though. Like out of all
No, I
teams?
don't. I don't. No, I don't think it was. I think again, like our offense will catch up to our defense and it'll get better. Now, when I'm watching it, I'm like, all right, one field goal, all right, cool. Like the second one.
Crazy,
Bro, I'm like, bro, what are we doing? Like, no, like literally, like what, like, what, what's going on? Like, Julian, like, I just had all this praise for bro, right? But I'm like, where is that pinpoint accuracy in the red zone?
crazy.
Where is that pinpoint accuracy in the red zone? So to your point, that is something that we're definitely have to get better at. And yeah, I was definitely irritated with the second field goal. I'm like, bro, like 6-0, right? It's not 6-7. Like, what are we talking about here? But no, yeah, that's so I definitely think it'll get better as the season progresses for sure. I definitely expect that to be a point of emphasis over these next 2 weeks. And I'm actually kind of happy it happened now so we can go on to Washington and get busy in the red zone for sure.
Okay,
For
okay.
sure, for sure, for sure. But no, yeah. Grand scheme of things, the number one team in the nation is still the king of the block, the king of the nation. And until we lose, which we're not losing this year.
It sounds good.
Um, we will continue to dominate. Defense looks phenomenal. True freshman running back Bo Jackson look like he's really about to get greasy towards the what I'm saying as the season progresses. And we have the most accurate quarterback in the country, and we want him to do more, right? With two interceptions against OU, right? I think three on the year. 8 TDs. We getting busy, but enough about the number one team in the nation. The Wolverines had a game this weekend as well
A great game.
against their in-state opponent. Central Michigan that Connor Stallions was really, really worried about. But it's not about him. It is about Bryce Underwood. And Bob, take it away. What's going on? How'd you like your performance?
Story writes itself, man. But yeah, no, we looked really good, man. 63-3 win. We dominated all phases of the game.
Mhm.
Except for special teams missed by Zavada, so he's been kind of shaky this season. But other than that, man, we looked good all around. We finally let Bryce loose, man. And like I said previously, I think a lot of it was Sharon Moore holding him back, and you see Moore not there, and the offense just opened up. So play calling looks different. Like I said, I trust Chip. I trust Chip. It's Sharon I don't trust. So now we open up the offense. We got Bryce, freshman of the week. Big Ten freshman of the week. Big Bryce. You feel me? Big House Bryce.
Yeah, we got that
Um,
before him, but it's cool.
Come on now,
It's not about
235
us. It's about y'all right now.
Come
I'm
on,
sorry.
man. Come on, man.
It's about y'all
Let
right
me
now.
get a kid his shine. Let me give him his shine. Because, he had 235 passing yards,
Okay.
114 rushing yards, 3 total touchdowns. We see what happens when we let him run the ball. He's an athlete, explosive, makes our offense look way better, opens up more running lanes because teams can't crowd the box unless they got to space out now because they got to look for Bryce on that read option run. So we were looking really nice. Offense had 625 total yards of offense. We were 8 for 11 on third down. We had 8 rushing touchdowns. I mean, our offense, it looked like
Yeah,
a whole
8
different offense.
rushing touchdowns.
8 rushing touchdowns. It looked real nice. We were looking real nice. Everybody got in on the action. So, yeah, our offense looked totally different, especially when Bryce can run. It just looks really good. Bryce still showing his arm talent with layer throws, dart throws, laser throws. He's showing the whole arsenal that he has. He did have a really bad interception where he could have just took the check down, but
Mm.
that's still learning mistakes. Like I said, he's still a true freshman. Um, defense looks really good. We have a new secret weapon. A new secret weapon. We put Jay Sean, our linebacker, he played full-time edge this game, and he had 2 sacks. He started the game off on defense with a sack to set the tone for the defense. Said, go straight off the edge, down. I mean, it was looking real nice. And that just opens up for our other linebackers to take over, and they looking nice too. So it's gonna get ugly for Nebraska next week, but this week against Central Michigan, we put everything together. I feel like we sharpened our edges. We cleaned up everything we needed to clean up from the Oklahoma game. I think so. Bryce got his confidence. He got his swagger, the freshman of the week. I mean, I told you. And then, like I said, we made some moves on defense. It's going to open some stuff up, and we're going to look real different on the defense. So I'm just really excited to see what we're going to do against Nebraska next week. I think it should be an easy dub. So I love it right now. I love it. Go blue.
All right, again. I love the stats. I love the detail. I appreciate you doing your research.
Now, man.
Um, it was Central Michigan though, right? Like that was who y'all played.
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff that translates, man. I mean, look who y'all played. Y'all played OU.
Look, we want to talk about the reigning national champions again. We can do that. I'm trying to talk about y'all right now. You know what I
There's a
mean?
lot of stuff that translates. Play calling translates. Bryce running the ball translates. Jay Sean playing off the edge full time, so our other linebackers and behind him can set the tone translates. So that's a lot of stuff that's still going to translate. Decision making that Bryce was making, other than that one mistake, because he was just feeling himself. We were already up like 28. I guess he just wanted stats. I mean, all that decision making, all that arm talent translates. I mean, a running game always translates. So yes, it's our opponent, but look, I'm just looking at the stuff that's going to be able to translate. And biggest thing is play calling.
Yeah. I mean, play calling does translate. I think, putting a linebacker on the edge full time, we'll see what that looks like.
It's gonna be
You know
crazy.
what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
2 sacks.
Lincoln, we'll see what it looks like. Um, I think a big thing that you're missing is it's gonna be a crazy environment on the road. It's gonna
We've
be a lot different.
we've been tested. We went to Norman,
We saw how that ended up.
and we learned. That's a learning experience.
Oh, it's definitely a learning experience. But I, we'll see. I just I don't know. I mean, also like Nebraska didn't play nobody the last week either, right? They ran over Houston Christian like 56 or 58-7, right? So we'll see, but I just don't think. I don't know. I don't know. I really don't know.
I
Like I understand like a big win is a big win. We can only talk about what we saw, and
yeah,
again,
gotta go.
like when we beat Grambling 70-0, like look,
Come on,
that's who you put in front of us.
we gotta
You know
beat
what
them.
I'm saying? And y'all took care of business, right? So
Keyword.
um I guess shout out to the Wolverines for taking care of business in state at home.
And we gonna take care of business next week out of state on the road.
What Thug say? Whoop dee do. Whoop dee do. But I'm saying as we look ahead, in the road to the game, which I truly at this point I can't wait for. But that's neither here nor there. Um looking ahead, like the biggest test on this road right now is we got a bye week, so we chilling. I'm just playing. But no, it's Nebraska is at home against the Sharon Moreless
I don't.
Wolverines.
It's easy work, man. It's easy
Now,
work.
before I let you go into how y'all are gonna win the game, let me just set it up for you, right?
I'm
So
listening.
2 weeks prior, they were in a true Midwest, expecting to, roll into Norman and walk out victorious. Strong more homecoming game. Let's get this dub. I'm gonna go sit down for 2 weeks, and doesn't go like that. Brent Venables and them boys definitely took care of business, and sent y'all boys back packing and wondering. Had Haynes and Bryce fighting on the sideline. Had folks really wondering, is Bryce really like that, or was that just against New Mexico? Who shout out to New Mexico. We'll talk about them in a second. But now y'all go back to the true Midwest to a program that is hungry, looking for a statement win, right? Looking for a statement win. In
Uh,
Matt Rule's third season, they've got this, you know what I'm saying, Dylan Ariola, great young quarterback. See what's going to do. Play well. I think 15 for 22, 222, two touchdowns. They've been rolling, right? If you see all the Matt Rule's tape, like he's really trying to instill a culture and instill some confidence and some swagger into them boys, right? Let's shut out a team. Let's do this. Let's do that. They took care of business the last 2 weeks in preparation for the Wolverines to come into town so they can send the Wolverines back to Michigan 2-2, right? Now, in my opinion, that's going to go down. I got Nebraska upsetting the Wolverines 31-24. And I don't even know if y'all put up 24. Stromore will not be there. I do not think that tune-up game against Central Michigan is enough of a sample size to let me believe that y'all are gonna go on the road without y'all head coach, without y'all leader who you don't trust, which is crazy, to get it done. Now, please tell me why I'm wrong.
First of all, I would like to congratulate that setup. It was just so much anticipation. But no, it was good. You did great. You did great. But I mean,
Thank you.
I'm gonna
Thank
start off. I'm gonna start off with a history lesson. Let's go back in time, guys.
you.
All
Okay,
right.
it's
So
teach me.
Nebraska.
Mm-hmm.
Do you know their current losing streak against ranked opponents?
Oh, brother, you don't gotta test a lot. I was
They
about
like
to say
27 straight against ranked opponents.
27. I was gonna say like
27.
15.
Do you know who's ranked? Michigan, the Wolverines. We're just gonna
Should y'all
add
be
on
ranked?
to that
Should
streak.
y'all? Man, you know what? Continue, bro.
Come on, man. Let's stay
Get
on
your point
topic.
across. Get your point across.
Another history lesson. Last four times Michigan played Nebraska, BTA by an average of how much? 30. Steph. We just
30 ball.
average them. Come on, man. So, like, I'm not really too worried about an opponent that we've had their number and can't really win big games with a coach that also can't really win big games. Like, let's be honest here. I mean, I'm just going off of the proof that's in the pudding, all right? Speaking of
Okay.
proof in the pudding, I'm gonna give you some numbers. All right,
Mm-hmm.
Nebraska, they're 3-0. They played UC, Akron, and Houston Christian. All right, those opponents don't really sound too like they put too much fear in a lot of people's hearts. So because of their opponents, they're number one in the pass defense. Oh my God. Oh my God. They gave up 69 yards to UC, 54 yards to Akron, and 67 yards to Houston Christian. So it looks really good, but those numbers are skewed because of their
For the
opponents.
competition, for sure. I agree.
Come on. So let's get to the real, where the real issue lies. Their rush defense. You just heard who I said they played, right? 75th rush defense nationally. Now let's rewind to back in the show where I said, what did we do this week? 8 rushing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Bryce, 114 rush yards. It's crazy because it's the first game of the season. If we all could recall, Cincy's quarterback was out there. They had him looking like prime Lamar. Like he was
Yeah.
going crazy.
He
All
was
right.
getting crazy. He
All
was
right. So let's get back to their defense. Sacks. They're ranked 86th nationally in getting pressure and getting sacks. I'm not really too worried about their pass rush. I mean,
Yeah, they
okay.
couldn't get home against those three teams.
Like, come on, man. So we talking about a team that hasn't played nobody, isn't proven, and we have a track record of whooping them, and they have a track record of not beating ranked teams. I mean, what we just did, everything that we just put together last week, if we put together the same game plan this week, it should look similar. It should be another blowout. Honestly, if you ask me, I mean, Raiola, even in the 3 wins, he's averaging like 5.9 yards per attempt. That's just a lot of dinking and dunking. We could call him the check down merchant. Okay, so
Which
I'm
is
not.
so surprising to me
It,
because
it's really surprising. And then, I mean, Nebraska can't even really run the ball. They haven't really been able to run the ball against their opponents they've been playing. So if we really make them one dimensional and all Raiola could do is dink and dunk, and Barham is looking crazy like he was and it's coming off that edge, and Raiola's not really that mobile. So it's a recipe for disaster for him. I mean, they could get hyped up. They might be hyped up and play aspired football in the first quarter. But once we smack them in the mouth, it's gonna be a long game for him. I could see another explosive performance from Bryce. Justice is gonna explode this game again. Once again, another 100-yard rushing game, that's 3 in a row for him. But like I said, 8 rushing touchdowns. They can't stop the run against those teams. What you think it's gonna look like against us? It's bad. It's yeah.
I mean, bro, I'm not gonna lie. That was a hell of an argument right there. Honestly, almost made me, switch my mind. Almost,
I
almost,
tried, man. I'm trying.
almost. But I mean, you do have some good points, and y'all are getting who y'all getting back this week? Is it somebody coming back for y'all?
We got
Is
Klein.
somebody retired?
And we. Thank you for reminding me. I didn't even talk about that. We are getting one of our best players, national champion, Mister Send Ohio State home on the pick, Mister Rod Moore, straight out of Ohio. Y'all didn't recruit him, so he came to us and gave us a ship. We might get that man back, that bad man back there in the secondary, back there with Hillman, who's been laying the wood all season. So I mean, it's come on, man. I don't. Yeah, Rod's coming back. They saying he's healthy. He could have came back last week, but he wanted to take it slow, be cautious, and I don't blame him. So you want to make sure you're 100% confident in your abilities, and in how you feel body wise when you go out there. So I don't blame him for taking his time. But if he's out there this week and we're ready, it could get bad.
Any predictions for the game? What are your predictions? Score predictions.
I think Michigan wins this game 31-10.
31-10.
31-10.
I'm not gonna lie. If y'all win by a huge margin, I mean Nebraska is always gonna support their team regardless. They're faithful,
For
but
sure.
they will probably be sad until Thanksgiving.
I'm so happy that they got this fake hype around them because us beating them is going to make us look better. So they can keep this fake hype. I love it. But after we beat them, I hope nobody says, "Oh well, Michigan," because if we beat them and rerun the table on our schedule coming on to y'all, we could be a hitter. We could be a real hitter. But
Y'all
that's
could
more to come.
y'all could be. Y'all could be. But who are the real hitters in the conference right now? Who have you seen last week that was your most impressive team?
Personally, out of without being Michigan, because we looked real impressive. I will probably say Illinois. Number 9 ranked team in the country. This is the highest they've been ranked in a minute, to be honest. They got a lot of returning starters, and they just been looking real good. They had a good statement win against a Power 4 team against Duke. Their quarterback looked really good. Um,
Yeah, Luke, I think he's accounted for 3 touchdowns in every game they played this year.
Almost
So
every game they played this year. Yeah, he's looking real nice. They
put numbers up.
they haven't committed any turnover through 3 games. Um, they just doing it. They just looking real good. So I'm gonna give it to them. They've been real impressive, real consistent. They got a big test coming up this week, so that's really gonna be the litmus test to see how they looking. And I think they passed the test. So we're gonna see, and yeah, we're gonna see how they look. About you, who you
Definitely.
think? Who you think?
Um, this is the O State fan in me, right? This is where the elitist mindset in college football comes into play, where I don't really have anybody. I remember we was in the chat, like, there was like Oregon not looking good. I said, look, bro, it's 10 in the morning for them boys. Like, you know what I'm saying? Let them get going. But they didn't dominate the trenches in the first half.
Wow,
They what they won like 37-10 or like something
against Northwestern.
against Northwestern, right? So they don't really look that great to me. Um, Illinois probably looks the best out of that, right? Um,
For sure.
but I really don't, bro. Nobody really like wowed me, like, and I think that's also national champs, #1 ranked team in the country, and we know that, like, we are the king of the block. Like, if y'all don't know, the reason why we call this show the king of the block is our two programs run the conference or have ran a conference for uh I'm saying, for the most recent history, but in historically, if you look at, who's been dominant last 20, 30, 40 years in the conference, right? Penn
Michigan
State
back
dabbles,
back and
Oregon won the conference last year, but we are the kings of the conference. So when you're the king, you're not really you have to really do a lot to impress that person, right? So
don't y'all need a Big
I,
Ten
I
title to be the king of the conference though?
right, we just won a national championship. We put a lot of players in the NFL.
I'm saying the
We are
conference.
developmental you.
You can't win
Huh?
the conference, but you the king of the conference. That doesn't make sense to me. But you
Cause
can
we just want to chip. We just want to chip, and you know why? Because
can't
we
be your conference.
throttled the team that won the Big Ten championship.
Okay,
We
that's a good.
throttled them, throttled, like, not even. Ooh, they barely won.
No, that's a
The
good.
game was over in the second quarter,
I'll take that. I'll take.
not the third or the second. Yeah, second quarter was over.
I just
But
love we came off our 3 Big Ten championships, so we was the kings, you feel me? But yeah, let's carry on.
keyword there was. Anyway, moving forward. The most least impressive team, and I don't want to say, I really think it's our fault. You know what I'm saying? Like,
You jinxed him.
I was really like, we called this out week 1, week 2, and then last Friday night, y'all. And then I remember you talking about New Mexico put out all these trick plays against y'all. Bro, they went trick play off rip, back to
Crazy.
back.
I'm telling you,
I
they do
said,
anything
oh,
for you.
they're not playing. And I'm looking at it. It's not even I'm Olivia's fault anymore. I'm looking at the lines getting pushed around on both sides of the ball. They can't run the ball. They can't tackle.
Looking bad.
And our least impressive team got their coach fired. Right. So maybe maybe really, what I'm saying, it really part of it falls on him. UCLA, y'all can leave the conference. Like, we can replace y'all because y'all losing to New Mexico. One, you're the only winless team in the conference. Let's start there.
Bad.
Then you're supposed to get a win on Friday night, get in the win column, get some juice flowing. You know what I mean? Y'all paid them 1.5 or $1.2 million to pull up. They took that bag and a dub.
The dub. Just put it in a bag and ran off with it.
Like this is the last week we talking about y'all. I didn't want to talk about y'all, but then literally y'all got y'all coach fired.
Yeah.
Now Amalivia has 30 days to leave again. So like UCLA, like what are y'all doing? Like, and then Nick Saban said it's gonna get worse. Nobody want to go there and coach, and I feel you.
Get him
You
out of
have
there.
no NIL. How you have no NIL bag and you're in LA?
Come
Hmm?
on now.
How that make sense?
Yeah, you UCLA. You playing the Rose Bowl.
Well, they were getting they were getting tossed around, but they lost like 35-10. You see that late touchdown they gave up too? I said,
They just it's bad. They about to lose a lot of commits. They about to lose a lot of players.
bro, seven top 300 players already decommitted.
It's bad. It's bad.
Seven.
They got my boy Deshaun fired. It's bad. Then the DC got fired too. DC was trash though, because their defense is trash against them opponents, and they was like 120th ranked. That's crazy. So like, there's nothing you could do about that. They just didn't put together a real good team. I don't know why they gave up on that quarterback, because boy, you see what he just did. You see what I'm done talking about him, but proof is in the pudding. Like I always say, I like results, and you've seen the results what he just did against Georgia. So um yeah, their NIL is gonna take a hit. Their recruiting is gonna take a hit. They just, to your point, this is our last week talking about them. They need to be out the Big Ten. We need to exclude them from the Big Ten in new talks going forward, because I don't know what's gonna happen with their program.
Bro, I'm just getting flashbacks of their O line just getting like tossed around. And like Nico throwing the ball in like the dirt, like sidearming it to like the back of the head. It's like
Yeah, he's cooked now. His career is cooked now. He's turning
is it
into a DJ.
huh?
He's turning into a DJ. It's always the ones with the hard names. And
Lay. Well, Kai just butchered his name. Sorry, DJ. Your brother going crazy at Oregon on the D line,
the
but
ones that think they better than they is, that's gotta be humble. They gotta humble themselves.
yeah, no, that it just looks real crazy because even though he took Tennessee to the playoff, right? Tennessee snapping. I mean,
Looking
they
way
lost.
better.
They lost. They shouldn't have, but they lost. But their offense looks a lot more like a hypo offense. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what hypo is known for. That's why Nico went there,
And
right? And it
oh,
just didn't look the same.
if Joey was there last year, I think Joey wins the SEC for him. That's how crazy Joey
Oh
looked.
my god! Oh my god! Let's chill out, bro.
Hey,
Please.
I'm just saying that's how
You
crazy. That's how
reach.
crazy they looking.
And look, I got a master's from Tennessee. I love Haslem. You know what I'm saying? I got a lot of love for the ball. You feel me? A lot of love. You know what I'm saying? For the volunteers. But pump your brakes, please.
Hey,
But Joey, because I really, you know what I'm saying? Wait, we got, bro, the kicker, I knew he was going to miss the kick, bro, because he looked up. I said, oh, I was watching with my uncle after my
he
mom's
looked
birthday
so
party.
nervous. That boy, first of all, he looked 12 years old.
I said, he is thinking about this after party. He is not about to, he's not thinking about this kid. He's not thinking about this kid. But yeah, anyway, moving along. UCLA, very unimpressive. Hopefully, the next team next week that's unimpressive, hopefully you're not unimpressive for 2 weeks in a row. Because if you end up on this show as the most least impressive team 2 weeks in a row, you're probably fired the next week. And honestly, I don't want that to be a case. I don't. But we got one coach fired. I really hope that's the only one.
Hey, yeah, bro, we got bad
Coach
juju
Boston
right
got a
now.
lot of love for you. You know what I'm saying? I support all black coaches. You feel
Hey,
me? I do. But brother, we apologize. We apologize. We apologize. Moving on to the Heisman watch. This is where, as I alluded to a little earlier, dropped a little little nugget for y'all. Jeremiah Cheat Code Smith is back in the conversation. Okay, man is a true cheat code. It's literally like you playing Madden on easy. You just throw it up to bro. He gonna go get it. Like, everybody's like, oh, like Randy Moss down there somewhere, Jamar Chase down there somewhere. Well, Four is down there, and I guarantee you, Four is gonna come up with the ball. Put the ball in his hands. He's gonna make a play. You know what I'm saying? 2 touchdowns, 170 total yards. Um, and Julian's doing his thing, but JJ's just really different. Like it doesn't matter. We got all these little hitches, these little comeback 8-9, cool, whatever. But, bro, let that boy run around and go throwing the ball. He's gonna go high point the ball at all phases. He's gonna box some boys out in the air. And he's gonna make a play. So I mean, it just looks too easy, right? And the man is really he's like 19. He's 19. Millions of dollars of NIL and hardest worker they say in the building. They got to reel him in sometimes. Hardest worker wants to continue to get better, and you don't think his wide receiver coach turned offensive coordinator who recruited this boy not be like, hey, look, one, I'm not leaving until after you graduate, till you go to the league. Number one, number two, I'm gonna get you the ball, cuz I recruited you. We're gonna scheme it up to where he can make it happen. So for me, not even on the homer floor, because Dante Moore, you played well, but you didn't play amazing. Watch out for JJ Chico Smith in the Heisman race. Because I'm telling y'all, if he goes to the West Coast and does what he's supposed to do against Washington, the hype will be back. The hype will be back.
Now that was nice though. I like that. He did show himself, but I'm gonna still have to give it to Dante because just due to level of competition and how he's been looking. Um,
True.
we stated y'all really haven't played anybody, so he did what he was supposed to do. I mean, he's all world freak athlete, future possible number one overall draft pick. So he
Well,
did.
not possible. He
I
will
mean,
be number one pick.
I mean,
Unless
depends on
somebody's the quarterback. Let's see the
yeah,
quarterback.
you know.
JJ's going number one.
They still might be on that Arch Manning hype wagon because of the last name, but you know how that go. But um,
Not see that hitch in the sidearm? No, we're not going.
but no, I'm gonna still give it to Dante. Jeremiah definitely up there. He a close second. Um, but Dante is still leading his team. He threw his first interception. Still having a good QBR. Still looking real efficient, even though they didn't get off to a fast start. But like I said, against level competition, similar. I'm still give it to him. And it's a quarterback award for being honest. So JJ has a real chance to win it if he continues this against against upper level competition. But other than that, I'll put those two at my top.
Yeah, man. Don't just look, man. JJ is the fastest to ever to 1,500 receiving yards. Ohio State history. He's about to reset all the receiving records by next year. He's gonna walk away with that Heisman this year. He's gonna walk away with it.
You gonna give him
But
the
moving on to my favorite segment of the week, the block game of the week, where we give you 9 times out of 10 a Big Ten game that has playoff implications. And this week, oh, do we have a doozy for
good
you?
one?
A Midwest showdown between the Indiana Hoosiers and the Illinois Fighting Illini. The number 9 team ranked in the country. I think Indiana is 19, so we have a top 20 matchup that really can, if based off either one of these teams winning, that gives the Big Ten 4 teams
That could be. Hey,
that will probably be in the playoff. Whoever really wins this game puts themselves in a very, very in the driver's seat to be that 4th team in the Big Ten, regardless of how things shake out. Well, they have to win, obviously, but this win going on their resume, this win goes on resume, sets the standard. Like you mentioned earlier, Illinois has a great Power 4 win against Duke last week. A little back and forth, whatever, but you know what I'm saying, that they definitely got it going. Like you mentioned earlier, all 3 phases. I mean, they're looking very solid. Offense, defense, and special teams are doing their thing. Then you have Indiana, who they say, hey, we're not a fluke. It's not a fluke situation. We made the playoff last year and we're back again to make it happen. But what are initial thoughts going into this game this week?
this is a big game. This is a litmus test for both teams for real. They gonna see which team is for real, which team is gonna come out top. First test for both teams. Both teams started off with a relatively light schedule. Illinois with the Power 4 game against Duke, so they're probably a little bit more tested. But Indiana's offense, granted, they've been playing a bunch of scrubs. They're still up there. Number 3 rushing offense. They scored 156 points in 3 games, so that's like 52 points a game. Granted, it's a bunch of nobodies, but that's still real impressive. That just shows they're going out there dominating, doing what they're supposed to do. One of the running backs did get hurt, but they still got multiple running backs to, see and carry the torch and see what they can do. But the game's gonna come down to the Indiana offense versus the Illinois defense because the Illinois defense is looking real good. They only allowed 22 total points in 3 games, so that's like 7 points a game basically. Um, they last week, I think, was it Western Michigan or whoever they played, they only allowed 204 total points, which is crazy. Against Duke, they had 5 takeaways, and they also haven't had any turnovers on offense this year. So they're playing complementary, balanced football. So it's going to come down to the Indiana offense versus the Illinois defense and see how that's going to be. And like you said, the QB play for Illinois has been looking really good. Altmaier, he's been killing it. He's been real efficient, no turnovers. Um, I'm just really excited to see how that looks and how Indiana really looks against a real team because everybody's saying Indiana is doing that SEC schedule stuff and they haven't really been tested. So, but I still trust in the culture and the coaching. So I just want to see how the game starts and who's gonna land that first punch and how the game's gonna go because it's gonna be real good. I think.
Oh yeah, I mean to piggyback off of that, I really think it comes down to, I mean, every game is kind of won in the trenches, right? But listening to some podcasts earlier, and they were mentioning how um Indiana has a really good run defense in between the tackles, right? Well, in between on the inside, their inside run defense is really good.
For sure.
Um, Illinois run game is like number one you know what I'm saying, on the inside zone. So strength on strength, right? Who's able to really come away with it? I think Illinois has played better competition this year. I think they're a little more proven. Um
Battle tip.
like definitely still like Mendoza, but Mendoza's has been great against zone, but he's been terrible against man coverage. And you haven't played anybody. And Illinois is going to bring pressure. He's been bad against the blitz. They're going to blitz, and two, they're going to play man coverage against you. So either you're a gamer like you were, Cal, we know that, and you're going to play better, but it's not looking good. It's not really looking good. It's not really looking good. I think it's going to be an old school Big Ten low scoring game. Um, but I've got Illinois 17, Indiana 10.
I like that. It probably might be a very low scoring game because, like I said, Illinois' defense is really good, and I think you're going to limit how explosive Indiana offense look. It's going to be, like I said, a shock for them seeing a real team with a real defense. Ooh, 10 points. I think they might score a little more than 10. Ugh. I got it 13-21. 13-21 Illinois.
Illinois, yeah. And it was crazy. Indiana's favored by like 4.5.
Eh, I don't know. I don't know why, which is crazy. They're at home, right?
Yeah, Indiana's at home. Sometimes Vegas be knowing, right? Like,
Vegas knows something, but they also favor the home team. So, but hey, for y'all parlays, pay attention.
I was surprised about that because I definitely don't. I don't see Indiana winning this game personally. I personally don't. I don't
I
see
don't
it.
see it either, honestly. But
But but again, like
see crazy stuff.
it's definitely gonna be a good one. And again, it's definitely gonna, like, if Illinois is able to win that game, they pretty much solidify themselves in the top 12 for the rest of the season. I believe. I believe they lock up a playoff
What is,
berth with
you
them.
know what their schedule is looking like?
Let me check. Hold on.
Because if they got a relatively, they might play Penn State though.
I don't. Who cares? Who cares?
You're right. So they play USC. They play y'all. They play
Yeah, they
y'all.
got us at home, so that's an L, right? Like, you know what I'm saying. You lose to number one team in the country. That's cool. But outside of us, they chilling for real. They go to Washington. That's a trap. That's a trap game. Now, Washington game is a trap game because emotionally you're at home against us. Y'all lose. I gotta go cross country.
You
That's
sure
tough,
y'all gonna beat them?
huh?
You sure y'all gonna beat them?
Yes, very short. Very, very short.
I
They
tell
have
them
Rutgers, Maryland, Wisconsin, Northwestern.
they need to watch out for USC too, though.
But I'm saying though, people have been having USC as a dark horse, right? So if they lose 2 games, they lose to USC and they lose to Ohio State, but they beat Indiana. Indiana, can kind of hang around the rest of the way. They might put USC in ahead of them, or USC pulls the USC and well, so I mean, to your point, I mean, I don't think it's locked in stone, but I think they put themselves in the driver's seat if they take care of business. Because again, you coming off a win against Indiana, then you got USC at home. USC has to come across country to Illinois play Big Ten football. I don't know how they feel about that one, but
Yeah,
USC's been humming, so
hey, they've been looking real good.
we will see. But moving on to our last segment of the day, everybody, King of the Block, where we give you all our top 5 Big Ten teams, not based off the rankings, but based off how we see fit and how we see everything that's going along. Um, what's your top 5 looking like this week from 5 to 1?
All right, all right, all right. I mean, you know, people gonna say I'm biased. People gonna say I'm this. People gonna say I'm that. But at number 5, I got Illinois. Uh, they're on a prove it test this week. This week they can jump. They can potentially jump. See what they do if they win. But I got Illinois at 5.
5?
5.
All
4.
right.
4. I got Michigan. We played big bad Nebraska this week. Big bad Nebraska. Guys.
The black
Um,
shirts is back in town, baby. The black shirts is back.
so yeah, they gonna see what a black quarterback look like. So I think we gonna solidify our spot at 4. But I mean, us and Illinois could be interchangeable next week after what Illinois looks like against Indiana. 3, I got the Pretenders, Penn State. Participation trophy team, I like to call them the Fakers, till they see some competition. And then I got a 1A, 1B. 1B, obviously, second place players, Ohio State. They're still looking real good. Still got explosive roster, talented roster. So, yeah, 1B. And then 1A, obviously, Oregon. They didn't look too good to start off. But, Ohio State also didn't look as impressive against OU as well. So, I mean, and similar things, but they still both got very talented rosters, 5-star players, nice quarterbacks. Yeah, 1A, 1B, Ohio State, Oregon. What's your list looking like, man? Because I know my list is killing your list.
Got it. So we have before we get to my list, right? I'm just trying to process your list. Because I
All right, go
forgot
ahead. Let's
that
break
your
it
list is
down.
so egregious. How do you have Illinois at 5 and Michigan at 4?
We have a more talented roster than Illinois, and we have a better quarterback than Illinois. So I think if we were to play Illinois on a field, neutral site, or home or away, we could play them in the parking lot. I think we will beat Illinois.
Okay. 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 That boy must have saw Bryce driving down that street in that whip. That's what you must have saw. That's
That's
not
that
exactly.
NFL money. Now that boy
That's
said,
what
bro.
happened.
Hey, now that
Boy
boy,
was gone.
hey.
That boy doing his thing. But no, I mean, okay. I mean, it head to head, I can see why you would say that. But yeah, at 5, I have Indiana. I have Indiana at 5 on my list. The Wolverines got to
Crazy.
show. The Wolverines got to show me that they belong on the list, and they have opportunity to do that this weekend. And I think they're gonna prove me right on why I left them off my list. But that's neither here nor there. Indiana again. I think they're building something up there. Mendoza, I like him as a quarterback. I think he, I'm saying, he can make some plays, even though I don't think they win this weekend. But I think they'll be serviceable enough. At 4, I have the Fighting Illini, in Illinois. I think they are really shown that they are a program that has been building themselves up. The quarterback has been effective and all, and from running and throwing the ball all over the lot. He's 5th-year senior. Definitely composed. Knows what he's doing. And definitely is definitely a good leader for that team on the defense side of the ball. They're making plays, right? They're blitzing all over the place. They're locking people down for the most part. Like you said, they have five turnovers. They caused 5 turnovers against Duke. So definitely doing their thing. At 3, we have the Fighting James Frankliners, and the Nittany Lions. They have taken care of business. The running backs could be making NFL money. I think I continue to say this every week. Um, Drew Aller, I think, is like 16th, not 16th. He's like towards the bottom of the conference in like passing yards. He's not really wowing anybody. Um, so I think the defense is playing well. Shout out to their defensive coordinator and implementing 25% of his defense in year 1 because it's so complicated. Um, at two, At 2, I really struggle with 2 because I really wanted to put them at 3 because I expect a lot more out of them. But 2, I still give it to Oregon, right? They came in, they popped off Big Ten play, and on the road had to fly across country into a team who was gonna give them their all. But they still took care of business in the long run, right? Like you mentioned, Dante Moore, still effective, still efficient, still looking like a first round talent. So definitely that. And the number 1 team, um, in the Big Ten, it's number 1 team in the country, point blank period. The Ohio State University, right? We had some adversity. We weren't able to take advantage of some red zone opportunities early. Who cares when you got Carnell Tate and Jeremiah? We'll just throw it up from the 50. We'll just take shots, throw moonball to the sky. And our defense, based on competition we played, um, is starting to click, right? It's started really to click. Outside safeties, Jalen McClain, like I said, knocking Ninja head off. Also Caden Curry, like I said, making plays, and Alvaro Reese and Sonny Styles, really holding down in that middle, having really athletic linebackers. Our defense, again, Coach Houdini. This is the first time I mentioned you on the show today. I apologize, Matt Patricia. Definitely doing his
I
thing.
thought I would hear it
Again,
out today. Today,
we have the number 1 player on the defense side of the ball in America, who's a coach on the field as well, and Caleb Downs. So you talk about in the parking lot, back alley, in the sand, on the grass, on the turf, on the moon, in Hawaii. I'll take us anywhere. In Ann
against us,
Arbor, like I don't care where it is. Like
which one of them has beat us
this
though?
team, I was telling BT this yesterday. Like this team and this defense, I'm about like this defense better than like last year's defense.
But which one of them beat us? Who on the
Like I
roster on
said,
your roster have beat us?
I will take us any day of the week against any team in the country, anywhere. That defense travels. We all know the phrase defense travels, and we're gonna travel next week. You know what I'm saying? We're off this week. Tier, there's no Buckeyes on this weekend, but we'll get to we got a great hate watch loading. Um, as y'all travel to Nebraska
Hey,
to
y'all
catch
got
a
nothing
L.
better to do this week but to watch Michigan. So sit at home in y'all little cute
Oh,
little
bro,
league.
we got some good games, man. We're gonna see if Lagway can bounce back against Miami. We gonna
That was
see.
nat. Hey, shout out to my
Shout
boy
out, shout
Los.
out to Keys, boy. Keys is like, you told me that Lagway was good, and you were arguing with me. You lied. I said, bro, he's not terrible. He just looked terrible last week. So
Yeah,
we
man.
definitely got
Shout
some
out
good
to that
college
quarterback.
football. Always shout out to the quarterback, man. But before we get out of here, you got any words for the people?
Yeah, just subscribe, comment, like, tell your friend, tell your mama, tell your sister, tell your brother. Continue to spread the word. Leave comments. Let us know what you like, what you don't like, and make sure you tune in, and watch Michigan BTA Nebraska.
Hey, man. I couldn't even say it better myself. Like, comment, subscribe. This is another episode of King on the Block, presented to you on Saturday Sanctuary, where college football is religion, but we do not play about God. We appreciate y'all for tuning in. We'll see y'all next week. We out.